Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we're going to be looking at ZeloT here in the top right and Light here in the bottom right. Obviously a great matchup, the #1 macro Terran against the #1 aggressive Zerg. Always fun to see two styles clash as such. Definitely you have to give the favoritism towards Light, still one of the absolute strongest, players in the world and just so good mechanically. He's the type of Terran that will just absorb something like what ZeloT goes for. Now, that being said, I don't think that it is impossible for ZeloT to beat anyone. I think that, some of his builds are very good, very well refined. I would say he is the #1 Guardian Rusher in the world. I think that anyone that pays attention would agree with that assessment. Oh, that was kind of interesting. He cut an SCV just slightly to get the depot started. I actually haven't seen anyone do that, but when you're making... this is like really... I don't want to call it minutia, but like this is like pretty far down the build order rabbit hole. But basically, guys, there's like all this boosting mining and stuff that you do, but no matter what you do, if you want to make a wall out here, there's no perfect time to send your SCV to make the depot because it misses its mining run. So to make the depot on 9 as normal, like basically you get 100 minerals just if you boost perfectly, just before that SCV pops out, which gives you 9 of 10 supply, which gives you 8 SCVs total, because the 9th is building. But anyways, what he did there was he just didn't start the additional SCV and made the depot actually on 8 supply. I was actually like, oh, is he going forward 8 racks maybe? No. He just kind of... That seems really good. I like that. And he's going to finish this nice and quickly and everything because the depot got a little bit quicker than it normally does at the natural. Anyways, just that's interesting to me because I just haven't really seen someone adjust the build like that before. Okay. Anyways, obviously not the biggest deal, but something like that is like I want to point it out because it's one of those little tiny things where like we might actually just see someone figure out that this is better to make this on 8 instead of 9 when you make it at your natural. And yeah, that could just change the build order. It's not that it's a huge deal, but if you play a lot, you'll be like, oh, okay, that does fix the build a little, maybe. Okay, anyways. We have ZeloT over here getting a very, very fast layer. And a bunker gets started here by Light. And actually, he called the greed here on ZeloT very, very well. Because ZeloT did not even start any Zerglings. He actually made 2 drones as the pool finish. And Light is now... Like, this is big for Light. He's not going to kill the hatch with this, and in fact, he won't even send more Marines because he knows that this will get broken. But what this does is it causes lost mining time. He'll probably end up killing a few units, and he forces way more lings. So that's like an excellent bluff call there. And the fact that he hasn't targeted on that is a little bit surprising me. I thought for sure he would target that. But look at that. He forced 8 lings. So normal, guys, is that you make 4 lings. If you make 4 lings, with this hatch first style, you'll be completely safe. If you make... A lot of people just will go 2 to chase the SCV, and then occasionally you get greedy people that are like, no, I'm droning, LOL. And Light punishing that, it's like he's looking for every little thing that he can do to eke out a little bit more damage, I guess you could say. That was very well done. So, that does put ZeloT a bit behind. And you can see ZeloT here. He's just going to make a sunken. He doesn't want to make any more Zerglings this game. A little bit rough for him as far as the opening goes. Just doesn't have that drone count that he should have at this time. Now, there are some Marines walking up to put some pressure on. But as he sees the sunken, he'll just turn around. Somehow the SCV lives. I think we had a missed shot there. But, yeah, he sees everything with that SCV. Keeping that SCV alive, so important. I would say it's more important for Protoss in the matchup, but it's actually quite important for Terran as well. If you can keep it alive, you can get your comm stats a bit later. You can skip a bunker. There's all sorts of nice things that occur from it, but it's not quite To the level of Protoss where it's like, okay, I might die if I don't keep that probe alive. Now, he kept the Marines out here just to catch. He knew a scouting link would come, and he caught it right there. So just great calls all over the place from Light. Light is super, super dialed in this game. +1 air attack on the way here for ZeloT. 2 barracks going for Light. Finishes up that eBay, gets his +1 going, already has stim going as well. He should be starting his missile turrets. Yeah, there they go. We'll see what he does with this depot. Sometimes we see a bunker go up, sometimes a single missile turret. Normally you won't leave it naked. It's like the depot, if Zerg wants to kill the depot, they will. They can. Like, you can't really save something like this. It doesn't, if the Zerg really wants it. But the thing is, this is not super high value as a target. You know, if you get 2 SCVs, it was probably worth more than the depot. Now, the Muta's flying in. Light just kind of zoning for that depot. He doesn't want to start with a turret there for sure. That's actually some very nice turret placement. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I kind of like that. That's not a common placement. That kind of weird stagger that he has there. This one's really common. This one's not common. Okay, so ZeloT decides, you know what? We'll take the depot. You're going to give it to me. I'm going to take it. And this will buy him a little bit of time, too. Like, this is something for him to do when he's at just 7 mutas here while he rallies some more down. So he picks that off. But you can see Light already knew that was going to happen, so he doesn't even hit a supply block there. He probably will. No, actually, he just had a depot finish. So, yeah, he's actually totally fine. But, yeah, that's nicely done. Like, honestly, both sides. I feel like both of them playing very well right now. Obviously, that little bit of greed in the beginning did hurt ZeloT quite a bit. Coming in, getting rid of one of these missile turrets. It is only 2 barracks right now, so you actually have to play very defensively here as Light, just to mention. 2 barracks plays can be very risky. And you can tell he's being quite careful here. Little scan there to try to catch those mutas being more aggressive in this area. I think ZeloT has actually sniffed out that this is an opportunity for him to continually reduce the Marine count. You know, 3 barracks is the very middle of the road technique here, where you're going to be able to have kind of enough Marines and medics that you're not really worried about dying. 2, excuse me, 2 will allow you to afford more other things, like getting the starport a bit quicker. But as you can see, like, he's having to play this super, super defensively. In the meantime, ZeloT does take a base in the top left, continuing to micro heavily with these mutas. And, like, he's reduced the Marine count so much. Look at the Marine count that Light has right now. So he has these 9 and then 3 more. So he has literally 12 Marines at 8 minutes and 10 seconds. It's very, very low. Armory on the way, though. It looks like he is gearing up for a Valkyrie timing. Little fly in here. A little bit of harassment. And yeah, that lift is on purpose. It's very hard to get back here, so he actually lifted, and that'll make his SCVs kind of retreat a little bit, but more importantly, allow him to get his Marines in with better surface area. ZeloT is really punishing the 2 racks. And again, it's like, if you go 2 racks into your tech, it's scary. Like, I was trying to do that for a little bit, and this happens more than you would think. With the 3rd barracks, you have 50% more Marines, and it's a lot harder for Zerg to just come in and get you. And you see he lifts once again. This is just, again, to try to get into a good position, because you need all your Marines attacking the mutas. If you're attacking, like, single file, they will absolutely devastate you. Now, that's a little bit sloppy there from ZeloT. He is going to pull back now. I think... Oh, he is actually still making a few mutas. Now, Lurker upgrade is on the way. Evolution Chamber is coming as well. So he's definitely getting ready for that switch. And in fact, we've seen ZeloT go into Hydra Lurker some. He may end up trying to do something like that in this game. Really, anything with Lurkers makes quite a bit of sense, because this is a Valkyrie rush. But if he just buys enough time to get Lurkers at each location, Light doesn't have a lot of comeback potential in this game. His SCV count is super, super low. No science facility. He's only got 3 barracks. He's taken a ton of damage. Yeah, this is like... I think he actually just has to attack when the 2nd Valkyrie comes out. I think that's all there is to it. You get a 2nd Valkyrie, start attacking, maybe make a drop ship. knowing that, you know, you might be having too hard of a time to finish him off just in a frontal push. Oh, excellent pick off there. Excellent pick off. Second Valkyrie is almost done. Light starts his +1 armor. And the thing is, regardless, you can't wait for another Valkyrie now. He knows that his timing window is absolutely closing. Look at this, 5 lurkers here. None over on this side. So there is potential to kill this base. If he could get up here and kill this base, I think that opens up the potential for him playing a much longer game. If these lurkers burrow, 0% to kill over here. He did make another Valkyrie, by the way, instead of like a drop ship. And yeah, this is one of those games where you can see how all in the Terran is that has gone Valkyrie. These builds really have become basically just timing attack all-ins. Now, a row of lurkers burrow. These are probably hold position lurkers. Yep. Well, this is... I think that's going to end the game. Dude. Well, he gets 2 Marines and medic through. GG is called. Okay. Okay, so this was pure domination, which is kind of funny because Light absolutely had the advantage after this bunker. And you can see that his build order included a second barracks before his gas. And obviously ZeloT did a very good job with those Mutalisks, but just kind of taking a look at the build, okay? So he's got 36 SCVs here, which is very solid before the Mutas hit. If you have 36 SCVs and you have your turrets up, you're pretty happy. And there's the factory, right? So it's 630 factory. Kind of a funny looking game. 630 is not even that fast. Like 630 you can do with 3 barracks, but obviously this was like kind of a different game where we had that like initial bunker rush and stuff. So like that's additional minerals being used that you wouldn't have or you would have otherwise. But yeah, good harassment there from ZeloT. Definitely did an excellent job. Wasn't really expecting to turn out like that. When I saw the bunker rush from Light, well, it wasn't even a bunker rush. When I just saw the bunker like punishing the lack of Zerglings, I'm like, well, this is going to be one of those bad games I put up. And I'm sure a lot of you thought at the beginning of this video when that happened, you're like, ah, this is a crappy one. Let me know if that's what you thought. Ah, you thought Light was just going to win easy. Wasn't the case. GG, thanks for watching and being fooled. Just like me.